Dawn rises on a new day. This is Valheim. This is our private server. And as you can see, we're pretty much done. So we're looking to reset the server. And before I do that, I just kind of wanted to walk everybody through our town and what we've built and everything we've kind of done, just for, prosperity's sake. I'll probably save these files off, but you know how that goes. You never touch them ever again. So here's our collection of boss heads, as you can see, and behind me is our main village. This guy over here being awesome. So we'll just come in. We'll probably come in. This is one of the main gates over here. This house over here is an incomplete project by somebody on the server. They haven't been seen in a while, so we won't really go through their house. We'll come in to our very inappropriate notice board. On our right, you'll see one of the houses. This one's probably the newest build. It's still a little incomplete. We'll come down to our docks that we've presented. I just took one of the other boats across the sea, so it is not here, but we created this, and this is actually really nice. This keeps the boats from dying, which has been a problem. Even with these walls, the graylings and garbage will swim around the edge here, like this guy's doing. And we beat up the boats. Little house so we can repair. Windmill. And this is one of probably the coolest things we've done here. This is our brew house. My wife spends a lot of time in here making potions. We have food stores over here. Potions, fire mead. This is where we drop off all the stuff we've collected. This is all her stores of raw meat, seeds. She replants a lot of stuff. Right now there is no plants out here because we pretty much are ready to reset the server, so there wasn't a point. We were out here doing some repairs on the wall from an attack. And as you can see, oh, there she is, hanging out up there. You can see this is our collection of 2-star boars we've created. This was an immense amount of work to get one of these across the ocean over here. Collection of bees. Pro tip, bees seem not to care about anything if you put them on poles. Oops. Learn how to use doors. This monstrosity is our smelting house. This is something we worked on quite a bit. We had a lot more smelters. We had to make room for the blast furnaces. This whole building was quite a bit smaller, but expanded it, added some things. Pro tip, make as many damn kilns as you can. You never have enough coal. One of the residents' house. This was the first one, was built in stone. This is the outer wall. Another house. These aren't mine. I'm not going to go in and go through all their stuff. This is our storage barn, which used to just be a basic little wooden one, but after it got knocked over by trolls in an attack, we decided to upgrade it, turn it kind of into the main workshop. There's just tons of old stuff in here. Kind of the overflow for things people don't want. Another resident's house is actually both of his houses if we come around the corner here, but he is tearing down the wooden one and moving permanently into this stone house here, Spectre Speed. The wooden one here is Special K, and the one in the back was Otis. This is Scuba's and Bot Triggers. And this is my place. My wife and I hang out here. A nice table. I really enjoy the stone golem trophy. Makes kind of an interesting piece. If we need to do any cooking here, we can. The big beds, all the storage for extra gear and stuff we want to keep, valuables, that kind of stuff. we hang out here, and we tend to replant a lot of trees. So right now there's a lot of trees in the way, but we can see the docks and the water from here. It's kind of a cool place to hang out. And then I can be Batman from here. Which was kind of my goal, is I am Batman. Maybe it's better if I do this. So yeah, this is our main village. The last piece I haven't shown you is the portal house. So I kind of built this party deck portal house. The nice thing about the big bonfires is they don't really go out and they'll last forever. And you get a lot of heat. So this is great because if it's raining and you're about to, say, go into the mountains, you can come in here and dry off, or you hit a portal. Now I'll just show you a couple of the main bases. And then my last project I'm working on. This was our first main outpost. This is pretty much the best island. If I come in here, that's on the edge of like the swamp biome layer / into plains. So as far as dark forest goes, this is super populated, tons of grinding. There's more copper than we could possibly pull out here. It's a decent mountain. I actually have a base camp up there we'll go check out. But this place has tons of 2-star deer and pigs, which is where we originally started our 2-star pig farm. But I thought it'd be neat to get it back at the main base, so I had to take one of these on a boat, run it over. Here's some farming we're doing over here. These are just here for the pigs. There's the boat. A couple houses over here. This is definitely the most lucrative dark woods area in this entire seed. It's quite fantastic. So we started a base here. We have a small spot where we're in the plains. I'll show that off because we need to be able to grow the barley and the flex. So my frame rate dies. With 13 portals going off. Alright, so this is the little shack. This was not meant to be any kind of major base. Obviously, plenty of walls to combat all of the attacks from goblins and whatnot. Sorry, furlings. Little observatory post, which you'll notice the Lux have torn up. There's not a lot left of this rock compared to what it was. Here's our barley and flux. And this guy. This guy took a lot, and I died like 3 times trying to get him tamed. Not mostly because of him, but just because he had a whole crew, and I was trying not to kill them at the time, which ended up being a mistake, and I ended up having to. I was hoping I'd get them all in here, but this is my locks. Take some barley. Oh, it looks like he's still got some. But there you go. Have some more. Oh, he's got plenty. So this is a fairly large plains area that this is where we pulled out a good chunk of this, and down here is where we pulled all our black metal out of. Pretty happy with the way this turned out. And yeah, there's plains. And we got my last project, which was one of my biggest wish lists, which was to have a pretty cool fortress up in the mountains. This is something that is relatively difficult if you know the mountains. But I wanted to put one up here. This is my biggest build so far. It's incomplete. With my pet doggies. What's up, guys? They're having cubs. You can see this all stone. This is all stone, and then there's a third story, which was wooden roof. The nice thing about those big fires is I'm getting warm all the way up here. So you only really have to build one and have this chimney. Of course, it's foggy and snowy, so it's hard to see. We are not on top of the mountain, but we are pretty close. Like the peak is here. And I was spending a bunch of time up here. So there is a wolf taming pit. Normally I button this up so that they can't get out, but the last wolf I had trained. What I was looking to do was train a 2-star wolf, but I haven't got one yet. They are quite tricky. They only come out at night. And they despawn during the day. So you have to be very diligent about how you capture and tame those. So that's kind of the crib's lowdown. It's all of our main areas. We have plenty of other little outposts. The main swamp here. This is where we had tons of dungeons. We're pulling most of our ore out. And then way down here, unfortunately you can't move the map, but way down here, we actually managed to make it out into the Mistlands and the Ashlands and right off the edge of the map, which is a fun video you can actually see on the YouTube. You should see my wife is traveling to some outposts. Very fun. Oh, you know what? I should show one more, because it was my favorite cabin back at the beginning of the game. That fun lag. The structure you see out on the rock there is what we call our wishing well. This is where we throw all the trash. No, it's not the best food, but this is our first attempt at a moat around the village. Ended up being out too far, as you can see. So when baddies would come in, they would actually spawn inside of the moat and still attack us. So I don't know why I'm picking these. We're going to reset the server in a minute. But force habit, I guess. Oh my god, there's so many. What happened to my cape? Glitchy game is glitchy. So early on, this seed was quite interesting because it's full of water. So as you can see, even to get to the main boss, we would have had to cross water, which was insane. Now, we did find out later that up here, and I haven't got up here, but the other crew in the server did. This is all land connected, but it's quite a long ways around here through lots of dark woods. So when it's really early, getting to this was quite a pain. So we ended up building a raft quite early compared to what I think most seeds would do. Most of the ones I've seen is you basically show up right next to the boss right at the beginning because you'd eventually need that antler pickaxe. This was an early project I did because we were going into these dark woods a lot, which you'll see here in a minute. So we created our first kind of bridge, which was quite time consuming. Kind of a halfway house here, just to operate out of this edge of the dark woods. There's lots of woods there. Wood piles there. I should remember that if I need more. So this is before we had portals. I built this path because I needed to be able to take a cart down this, which was fun. Turned out to be quite easy compared to taking one down a mountain, which I eventually did. Oh, here's our troll buddy. Died many times to this. Starting off in the game. But, you know, this is why we're restarting, because these guys don't even scare us anymore. We just run up and face tank them until they die. And this was kind of my forward operating base for the Dark Woods. You see we're on the edge. We have trolls. We had copper over here. This is where we first started being able to build ships and bronze and all kind of stuff. Finding 2-star deer. My little pimped out hunting cabin when I wanted to stay away from the rest of the group. My outdoor closets. I was very proud of this. And yeah, just a little tiny hunting cabin. Apparently I have fish in here. It's interesting. Really nice branch. Yeah, nice little place. Comfort 7. Little hunting lodge, so to speak. I'd bring a boat down here. Gather stuff. And then across there, we have a little makeshift bridge down there. Across there is where we were pumping all the copper to get started before we could go across and found this place. Leave my lodge alone. So what's funny is there's a lot of ramp up, or near the end of the game, I guess is how I'd put it. And so when you first start out, that like going from stone to Bronze Age takes what feels like forever. So I actually spent a lot of time here. This is one of my favorite builds. It's tiny, but I liked it a lot. And yeah, spent a ton of time out here trying to get to that next phase. And then of course, once you get into bronze, you can build boats, you can do all sorts of stuff. Eventually you find cores, you can build portals, and then from there you can ramp straight up and get to the end game pretty quickly. It's unfortunately quick at that point, especially when you have, you know, anywhere from 4 to 6 people playing on the server, all kind of working together. It makes it even quicker. So yeah, I think that wraps it up. This was our first Valheim server. So I'm going to save this off and we'll restart and maybe make more videos later. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. I mean, probably won't, and I wouldn't either, but, you know, if you want to help a dude out. Bye, Internet.